Hi everyone, my name's Chelsea. I've gone to this church for about 3 or 4 years now. I actually got married here in October last year. Sometimes I wonder how I got to be in such a diverse, full of life city such as San Francisco, and it goes back to me failing on something so hard I thought I'd never have a respectable life to be proud of. I moved here from Kentucky on a total whim of opportunity that hopped into my lap, over the hope of finally being able to do something about this nagging nature of mine to want to do art all the time. But let's go back to why I left. Why did I leave? I had lots of family in Kentucky. It's definitely, as I'm realizing now, a lot easier to live there, a lot less money on food, transit, etc. Why did I want to move almost 3,000 miles away from the people I love? And the answer as it comes to me now is that I didn't love myself. I had these aspirations that my parents subconsciously put in me: go to a nice liberal arts school, get 2 or 3 degrees, and be somewhat depressed at your job, but yet successful and make a lot of money. I went to that liberal arts school. I tried so hard to figure out just what I wanted to do with my life, pushing art way, way down. Never to be reflected on or appreciated because I knew the stereotypes. Starving artist with a very low income was one. But I realized in this process of listening to everyone else, I had set myself up for failure. I was pushing myself against myself and was retreating the only way I knew how to show it, through my effort at continuing there. I was at dinner with my family when my dad received a call that I wasn't invited back to the school I had worked so hard to get into. To me, it was first mortifying, exposing, but also a relief. My parents were also going through an ugly divorce at the time, and I think without any excuse, I had just become depressed. I knew something drastically different had to happen in my life. I was too caught up with what my parents wanted to actually discover for myself, that it was always art, like a bad mistress. But after a year of living at home, I quit my job, said goodbye to my family, and moved out here on my own with 3 really, really heavy suitcases. I can't say I'm a millionaire. I can't say I've reached the peak of success yet, or that what I'm doing may or may not reach the expectations of my parents. But what I can say is I'm happy. I finished my degree with a Bachelor of Fine Arts Digital Illustration in 2014, and now I'm working full-time as a graphic designer and creating art on the side. I think sometimes, every now and then, people just need a little change to get control of their life.
Hello everyone, my name is Anish. I've been coming to this church for about 3 years now. My grandparents on both sides were small-holding farmers in South India. They're also all part of an old Catholic community which traces its roots to evangelism by one of the apostles. In the 80s, when my parents moved some 1,600 miles to Delhi for work, they still held closely to their traditions while trying to improve our family's lot. So, going to Mass every Sunday, praying the rosary most nights, working hard at school, landing a stable, well-paying job, then marrying another St. Thomas Christian, and so on. That was the plan our parents had for my sister and I. Things started going off script for me when most of the boys my grade in middle school started getting very curious about girls. I kept waiting to feel these strange, strong things. But when I did, they were not about girls. I had no words then to describe what I felt. In any case, the good Catholic in me knew it was all wrong. I told no one, afraid that once the words were out, it would make it somehow more real. When I finally told my confessor about my attraction towards the same sex, the priest was convinced it was a phase, and I only needed to pray to God for deliverance. There were many years of fruitless talking to God, and to Him alone, about my troubles. When I moved out from home to the Bay Area for graduate school, I found myself, like my parents, holding on to tradition while being open to new experiences. I continued my conversations with God, but at a few other venues besides the Catholic Church on campus. After a very serene hike in Sequoia National Park, I ventured opening up to a close friend about being at least bisexual, and found none of the judgment I feared. That was the start of a series of experiments in testing my own self-imposed boundaries. One of these experiments was a date at the press club here in San Francisco, now almost 5 years ago, where I first met my now husband. Another was visiting my family on the East Coast with him earlier this summer, where I was again surprised with the love and acceptance I found. Many such experiments have helped me get comfortable with what being gay and proud could be like. Looking back then, finding my voice has been about going beyond who I'm supposed to be, and instead exploring and trying out who I can be.
Good morning. My name is Alfie. I'm one of the young adult members. My name is from the old song, What's it all about, Alfie? I love that song. Actually, I have another name. I'm called Reverend Jiang. I chose to be called by Alfie officially because of this community. And later, I made my business card under the name of Alfie Jiang when I became an artist and began to sell my paintings. My story about my name shows what I'm going through, how I live, and where I am. I came to the Bay Area 3 years ago, directly from Korea. Before I moved, I was in the Korean Navy as a military chaplain and an ordained Korean Methodist Church minister. In the 5th year of my military ministry, my supervisor told me, "You need to bring your wife if you want to stay here longer. At least bring your girlfriend to prove that you're going to get married soon." I wanted to say, I don't have a girlfriend. I have a boyfriend though. Before the conversation happened, there was a scandal because a gay officer was arrested by military agents for committing animal sex. The chief commander of the Korean Army ordered security command officers to arrest a gay soldier in the Korean Army to serve an example. And the security command used a gay dating app to lure a gay soldier so he could be arrested. Officially, any sexual relationship between people of the same sex is illegal in the Korean Army, and it is referred to by the awful term animal sex. That's what happened just a few years ago. So, after my supervisor told me to bring my girlfriend, I realized this is the end of my career. And I decided to leave behind all of that, and I moved here. I'm still in transition in so many areas, including my living environment, culture, community, religion, career, language, food, etc. I have been very vulnerable and anxious about identifying myself and claiming who I am. Since I arrived in the US, I always feel that I'm in the middle of somewhere. There's a song titled Middle that was very popular last year, and here are some of the lyrics. Baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. So why don't you just meet me in the middle? In the middle. I keep asking this to my God or someone inside of me. Why I'm always in the middle, somewhere unclear, unstable, undefined, ambiguous. I'm in between Korean and American, Christian and Unitarian Universalist, anxious and calm, lazy and passionate, Sungi and Alfie. I'm not sure how to say who I am, and I hate this feeling. I've tried to stabilize myself in any way possible, and sometimes I have been obsessed with being stable. However, I learned about UU through the Star King School of Ministry in classes named Transformative Ritual Craft and Luminous Darkness. And in that classes, I learned that none of my challenges, anxieties, instability, or anything else I have been trying to get rid of my life actually need to be demonized. They don't need to be demonized. I thought maybe this is the spirituality of America, California, San Francisco, or me. Even though I'm still a second language speaker, second-class citizen, and marginalized gay Korean pastor, now I can claim myself as Alfie Jiang, who is a hospital chaplain in the process of transferring my ordination from Methodist to UU. I'm still in middle of somewhere. Nothing's confirmed, nothing's stable, nothing's clear, but I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm more spiritual than ever before. I can welcome myself in the middle of all this. I want to invite you to this middle. Meet me in the middle, and let's enjoy being here.